Hi, I'm Becky Rivel, and I am here on behalf of the RIM Foundation. We are going to be going through an adaptive yoga practice here tonight. This is my friend Mark, and he's going to help lead us through this practice. So we want to thank you for joining us here tonight, and we hope you enjoy the class. So if we're ready to begin, I'm going to ask you to find a nice comfortable seat. Okay. And we're going to begin our practice with a breathing exercise. So we're going to get nice and settled into our chair. We're going to rest our hands onto our lap. And then we'll take a moment here. Let's take a nice inhale through our nose and exhale out our mouth as we gently soften our eyes. And then from here, we're just going to draw our awareness to our breath, noticing the breath coming in and out of our nose. Maybe taking a moment to notice the sensation of coolness as you draw that breath in through your nostrils. And then maybe noticing the warmth of that breath as you release it. And then from here, we're going to begin to lengthen that breath, allowing that breath to become longer and slower and deeper. Maybe drawing that breath in through the nose, down through the throat, to the lungs, and then all the way to the belly. Breathing in deep through the nose, through the throat, to the chest, and all the way to the belly. And then from here, I'm going to ask you to release your observation of the breath. And then we're going to gently begin to open up our eyes. And then from here, we're going to lengthen our breath with the movements of our body. So from here, we're going to just bring our arms down to our side. And then as we inhale, we're going to circle those arms all the way up overhead. And then as we exhale, let's draw those hands down towards our heart center. And then just take a moment here to bow your heads and maybe set a special intention for your practice. So anything that you want to put out into the universe. And then with that being set, let's go ahead and release those hands back down to our side. And then we're just going to take a big inhale, raise those arms up overhead. And then flip our palms down and exhale, release them down to the side. Okay. 2 more, just like that. Breathing in, raising those arms all the way up. And then exhale, releasing those arms all the way down to the side. Okay. Last one, just like that. 1 breath to get those arms all the way up overhead. And then an exhale to release them all the way down. Okay, very good. Now let's take those hands, let's place them on our laps. We're going to cross them into an X. Okay, and then as we inhale, and take a moment here to notice what hand is on top and what's on bottom. Because as we breathe in, we're going to inhale, open those arms up and make them a Y. And then we're going to recross them the opposite way as we exhale, drawing them back down towards our lap. Good. 2 more like that. Breathing in, opening them up into a Y, and then exhale, drawing them all the way back down towards our lap. Good. 1 more time. Inhale up. Good. And then exhale, hands down towards your side. Excellent. And then from here, let's uncross our arms. And then from here, we're going to go into a gentle side bend. So we're just going to release one arm down towards our side. So it doesn't matter what arm because we're going to do both sides. Okay. And then we're going to reach those fingertips down towards the floor. So you can find something to rest your hand on, something to take a bind to. Okay. And then once you have that connection made, we're going to inhale, circle the opposite arm all the way up and over. So just a nice gentle side bend. Good. And then as we inhale, let's windmill those hands up and then allow that arm to release down and then raise up the opposite side, reaching over. And then inhale, let's come back to center. And then we're going to do just a little rotation here. So as we inhale, we're going to circle those arms all the way up. And then we're going to exhale. Let's drop those arms to a T. Okay. And then let's just helicopter those arms. One in front, one in back. Good. And then let's breathe ourselves back to center to that T. And then exhale, helicopter our arms over to the other side. And then let's inhale back to center and then allow those arms to release down towards your lap. Okay. So further warming up the spine here, we're going to go into what we call a cat-cow pose. And as we inhale and we lengthen. So our spine grows long and tall, our chest lifts and our gaze goes all the way up towards the ceiling. And then as we exhale, we allow that back to round. We round, the shoulders curl in and the chin tucks down towards the chest. One breath to inhale, grow long. Allow the spine to grow, the chest to lift, the gaze to go up. And then as we exhale, allow the back to round, the shoulders to curl in, and the chin to come to the chest. One more, just like that. Breathing in, growing long and tall, gazes up. And then exhale, rounding that back, rolling those shoulders in, and tucking that chin all the way towards the chest. And then as we inhale, let's come back to neutral. And that completes our warm-up of the practice. And now we're going to go into building a flow, okay? And so what we're going to do is we're going to practice a series of postures, and then we're going to connect those postures at the end. So we're going to begin with a warrior one pose. And the way we do that is we'll inhale, circle those arms all the way up overhead. Good. Your palms face each other. Try to pull those arms back behind the ear. Good. Warrior one. So that's our first posture. Our second posture is going to be on our exhale, we're going to fold forward all the way down towards the ground, reaching your fingertips towards the floor. So that's our second posture of our flow. And then from here on our inhale, we're going to try to raise our fingertips first, and then we're going to inhale ourselves all the way back up, reaching those arms overhead back into warrior one. And then palms come together, exhale, hands to your heart. Okay. All right, very good. So now we're going to build onto that. So from here, as we inhale, those arms are going to circle up overhead into warrior one. We've been here before, you're doing great. Exhale, fold yourself down towards the earth. And this is where we're going to connect our next posture. So we're going to plant our right hand, and then we're going to inhale, circle that left arm up and open. So this is a modified triangle pose. And then as we exhale, allow that top arm to meet the one towards the earth, and then let's inhale the opposite arm up. Excellent job. Exhale, draw that arm back down towards the earth. And then as we inhale, let's slowly roll ourselves up one vertebrae at a time until we're all the way up into an upright seated position. Okay. Very nice. So we're going to build on that flow a little bit further, beginning with our warrior one. So inhale, circle those arms all the way up overhead. And then exhale, bow forward. When your next in-breath comes in, go ahead and reach the right arm up, rotating it open. And then exhale, draw that arm back down towards the earth. And then inhale that opposite arm up. Okay. And then exhale, drawing that arm back down. And then from here, as we inhale, let's come up one vertebrae at a time till we're all the way up into upright sit. And then let's inhale, those arms are going to come all the way up overhead. And then as we exhale, we're going to allow those arms to windmill back behind us, and our chest is going to peek out forward. Our palms are going to be facing each other, squeezing our shoulder blades together. So this is thunderbolt pose. And then as we inhale, let's circle those arms all the way back up overhead. And then exhale, let's draw those hands back down towards our chest. Nice job. So those are all of our postures that we put together for a flow. So let's go through that 2 times, connecting all those postures together. If you're ready to begin, let's inhale, circle those arms up overhead, warrior one. Exhale, bow forward down towards the earth. Planting your one hand. Inhale, circle the opposite arm up into triangle pose. As we exhale, that arm comes down, and then we inhale, the opposite arm comes up. Exhale, draw that arm back down towards the earth. And then from here, let's inhale, roll ourselves up one vertebrae at a time. And then when we're in upright position, we're going to inhale, circle those arms back up overhead. And then as we exhale, we're going to allow those arms to reach back behind us, squeezing those shoulder blades together, lifting that chest. And then as we inhale, we bring those arms all the way back up overhead. And then exhale, hands to heart. Very nice. Okay, one more time, we're going to go through that flow. Let's begin with warrior one. Let's inhale, circle those arms all the way up overhead, palms face each other, pull those shoulders back. Good. And then exhale, go ahead and swan dive forward all the way down towards the earth. And then let's pause here for just a minute. Let's allow those structures on the back side of the body to open up. And maybe taking a few deep breaths into the back side of the body. As you breathe in, allow those shoulder blades to move away from each other and allow the back to expand open. And then as you breathe in, allow those shoulder blades to move back towards each other. So take a few breaths like that, just allowing that inhale for the back to grow open and expand. And then as you exhale, just allowing it to release and come back together. From here, we're going to go right into our triangle pose. Planting one hand, we're going to inhale, circle the opposite arm up. And then as we exhale, allow that arm to come back down. And then inhaling the opposite arm up. Very good. Exhale and allow that arm to come back down. And then from here, as we breathe in, we're going to come up one vertebrae at a time. And then when we reach our upright seat, we're going to inhale. Both arms are going to reach up overhead. Back into warrior one. And then from here, we're gonna allow those arms to just windmill back behind us. Okay. And then from here, we're gonna lift the chest up, pull those shoulder blades together, really pinch them together, and breathe deep into the front side of the body. Nice job. Okay. And then when your next in-breath comes in, inhale, circle those arms back up overhead. And then as we exhale, let's draw those hands down to heart center. So from here, we're going to move on and we're going to incorporate our lower body into our yoga practice here. So I'm going to give you just a few moments to find a space where you're able to prop your legs up. So you can use a chair, you can use an ottoman. We're going to use a little step stool here, okay? So just take a few minutes during your practice here to find a place to rest your legs up onto, okay? And these poses can be done with your legs still on your leg rest, or they can be done with your legs still down onto the floor. So just take a moment to find out what position is most comfortable for you, okay? So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to transition so that our legs, we're going to bring the opposite heel to the opposite knee. Okay. And then using props here, if you have a hard time with your heel staying up towards your knee, you could always use a strap or a belt and put it around the ankle, so you can show them that, to help keep that leg in place. If your heel coming up towards your knee is a little bit too high, it's okay to just have your ankles crossed. The one thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that the bent leg's knee is just rotated out just a little bit so we can get a little bit deeper stretch into the hips, okay? So with our legs all in position, we're going to inhale, and then we're going to exhale, fold forward over that straight leg. And then just taking a moment here just to allow the muscles on the back side of the leg to stretch out. And then as we inhale, we're going to raise ourselves all the way back up. And then we're going to take our opposite hand and place it onto our opposite knee. Perfect. And then we're going to rotate open, turning our shoulders open towards that space. And then from here, let's inhale ourselves back to center. And then from here, we're going to side bend. So this might be a good time to grab your yoga block, and we can place it along the side here, okay? And then we're going to release our arm down, put our fingertips onto the block, and then inhale, circling that opposite arm up. You can let that leg slide, that's okay. Yep. And then let's inhale ourselves all the way back up to center. And then let's exhale, fold forward over that straight leg one more time. Excellent job. And then inhale, coming back up to center. So now let's take a moment here to switch legs. So we're going to release our top leg, and then we'll take a moment to set the other leg up, drawing that heel up towards that knee. And then again, if it goes up towards the knee, that's okay. If it stays down at the ankle, that's okay too. And then you might want to grab your block if you have a block on the side of your seat to bring it over towards the other side. And then from here, we're going to draw a nice deep breath in. And then as we exhale, we're going to fold over that straight leg. Taking a moment here to allow the hips to release and open up. And then as we inhale, let's bring ourselves all the way back up. And then let's place that opposite hand onto that bent knee. And then let's rotate those shoulders open. And then as we breathe in, let's come back to center. And then we're going to release that hand down towards our block. Good. And then inhale, circle that arm up and over. And then let's inhale, come all the way back up to center. And then let's take a moment here to just uncross our legs, but we'll still leave them supported out in front of us. Okay. And then from here, taking a nice big breath in, let's exhale, forward fold over top of both those legs, reaching down towards your toes, dropping your head, tucking that chin towards your chest. When our next in-breath comes, let's inhale, let's raise ourselves all the way up, reach those hands all the way up towards the sky. And then as we exhale, let's rotate both hands on one side of our leg and our body, reaching down towards the floor. Good. And then our next in-breath is going to draw us in. Arms are going to come all the way back up overhead. And then as we exhale, let's rotate those hands on towards the opposite side of the body. And then breathing in, let's bring our arms all the way back up overhead. And then as we exhale, let's draw those hands down towards our heart. And then from here, we're going to go into a chair pose. So we can do chair pose. Either you can leave your feet propped up how they are, or take a few minutes here to release your feet back down towards the earth. And then going into our modified chair pose, we're going to just bring our arms down towards the side. So we can use the wheels of the chair, we can use the armrest of the chair. If you're using a chair without arms, you can scoot just a little bit forward and place your hands on either side of your hips on the seat of the chair. And then as you inhale, we're going to press through those arms and raise our bottom up. And then we'll exhale, releasing our bottom down. And then we'll do that 2 more times. So let's breathe in, pressing through the arms, lifting the bottom. And then exhale, release down. And 1 more time, just like that, breathing in to lift. And then breathing out to release down. Now we've made it to the part of our practice where we're going to do our cool down. Okay? So we're going to start back going through some of the postures that we were introduced to at the beginning of the practice. So I'm going to ask you to go ahead and cross those hands back into an X onto your lap. And then again, remember what arm is on top, because we're going to alternate arms when we come back down. As we inhale, we're going to inhale, reach those arms up, out to a Y. And then recross those arms on our exhale, bringing them back down to an X on our lap. Okay. 2 more just like that. Breathing in, reaching those arms up towards a Y. And then breathing out, arms back down. Okay. And one more time like that. Breathing in, stretching those arms up towards the Y. Let's leave our arms up here. Let's rotate our thumbs so they're pointing towards the back of the room, lifting our chest. Good. And then exhale, crossing those arms back down to our lap. From here, we're going to release our arms down towards our side. Okay. And then as we inhale, we'll raise those arms all the way up. Okay. And then flip those palms, exhale, release them down. 2 more like that. Breathing in, arms come up. Flipping the palms, exhale, coming back down. And one more time, breathing in, coming up. And then exhale, coming down. And then we're going to go into one more final spinal rotation here. So we're going to take our right hand and we're going to place it on the outside of our left leg, of our left thigh. And using that grip, or using that as leverage, we're going to just press into that, allow our shoulders to open up towards the left. And then this back arm, reach it back behind you and maybe place it onto the armrest or the back of the chair to give you even a little bit more leverage. And then take a moment here to gaze over that back shoulder. We'll take 2 more breaths here, breathing in, growing taller, and breathing out to rotate. And then when your next in breath comes, let's go ahead and release ourselves all the way back to center. And now we're going to switch out and do the other side. So this time the left hand's going to go outside the right thigh, and using that hand and thigh to create a little bit of leverage, rotate those shoulders open towards the right. And then when you're ready, that back arm's going to reach back behind you. Maybe further opening those shoulders up towards the right. And then at the end, go ahead and take your gaze over that back shoulder. Breathing in to grow tall. And exhale, rotate. And then let's inhale, releasing everything all the way back to center. And now we've made it to the part of our practice where we're going to go into our resting posture. So let's take a nice big deep breath here. Inhaling, circling those hands up. And then let's exhale, just allow them to fall down into our lap. And then placing your hands in your lap, palms will be open as a gesture to receive the benefits of your practice here. And then take a nice deep inhale through your nose and exhale out your mouth as you allow your eyes to soften and close. And then from here, I invite you to let go of any control you have over your breath. Release any control or judgment of thought over your practice. And for the next few moments here, just allow yourself to rest. slowly and gently start to draw your awareness back into your practice area, taking a moment here to notice any sounds or scents or vibrations around you. And then when you're ready, start to draw awareness back into your own body, noticing how it's feeling. Maybe taking a moment here to notice any changes from the beginning of your practice until now. And when you're ready, begin to invite gentle movements back into your body, maybe wiggling fingers, opening and closing your hands, maybe turning your head side to side, maybe even rolling your shoulders out a little bit, just gentle movements. Taking a nice deep breath in through your nose, exhale out your mouth. And then inhaling, let's circle those arms all the way back up overhead. And then as we exhale, draw those hands down towards your heart center. Let's bow our heads here for just a moment to reflect on that intention that we set at the beginning of our practice. And maybe taking a moment here to send some gratitude out into the universe for whatever it is that you are thankful for. Thank you for joining us here with this practice here tonight. Thank you to Mark to lead us through this practice. The light in me bows, honors, and reflects the beautiful light in all of you. Namaste.